Okay, guys, you're welcome to Photographics Academy. All right, so today we are going to be transforming this image from this to this. Yeah, this is the finished work. Everything we did, we're going to be doing it live on this video. Trust me, it might be quite extensive. We'll try and fast forward at some point, but I would like you to learn exactly every process we went through to create this amazing portrait. And this is the background we're going to be using. All right, so shall we see much of your time? Let's quickly get started. So the first thing we will do definitely is to crop the image. Yeah, very, very important. And we're going to be cropping her towards the 1/3 of the image, somewhere just around there. Yeah. Then of course, after cropping, you have to fill it up. So because we're not going to be doing anything with this original one, I will just stretch the pixel to fill it up. It's not going to affect anything at the end of the day. Beautiful. Okay, so let's get to work. We're going to be retouching this image using what is it called? Retouch Academy. Yeah. Place it here. And we'll start working. So the first thing we'll do is to take care of the blemishes. Yes, of course. That is the first step. So I'm going to create a black and white adjustment layer. See, don't go anywhere in this video. This video will blow your mind. Okay. Take out your time, sit down and learn. Sit down and learn. All right. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm trying to expose the blemishes, because if you notice there, because of the way the light's falling on the image, we even think it's evened out, and you are not going to be seeing the blemishes as well as you should. So introduce a black and white adjustment layer to just allow you to take care of all of that. Then you have to make a duplicate of your background. Yeah. So you see, you are seeing our blemishes very clearly, unlike when we had it like this. So just pick up any of these tools right here. We have the spot healing, we have the healing brush, and we have the pass through. So I'll start with the spot healing. So this one, you don't need to sample. It does the sampling for you. So you can even decide to zoom out a little so that you just see the ones that are standing out to you. Those are the ones that we relatively need to take out, but because nobody actually views picture like this except fellow photographers. Practically everybody will look at the image like this, savour it like this first before they zoom in to look at your details. So know exactly what you want to do and know the audience you are selling to. That will determine what you will do in your retouching, what you will prioritize and what you will not prioritize. Okay, that being said, we are on the blemish removal. All right, so we're done with the ones I want to take care of. This is perfectly okay for me. The before, the after, yeah, I know the changes are subtle, but they are there. So I'm going to match this up and quickly go straight to my Liquify. So in this particular one, I'm going to be pushing the hair out a little, then maybe push these areas, just the areas I feel that are not suiting to me. I'm going to take care of it. So yes, of course, I'll make a duplicate and get into my Liquify. So we are right here in the Liquify. So remember we said we're taking care of the hair. So I'm going to pick up my push left tool and make sure your pressure and densities are low so you don't lose control. Then just gradually go over it while clicking your cursor. Just like this. Beautiful. Nice. All right, so we can as well try it out here. Also try it out here as well. Also here. Maybe we can ignore that area because I think I like the way it is. Good. So we'll come over to the body. I think I want to push here in a little. So I'll just gradually move here inward. Yeah, definitely. I'm touching that place. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to make it flat because it should be somebody's waist. I just want to make it look quite more better. Good. Then obviously the tummy area, we'll take care of that. Flatten it as much as we can. Yeah. Okay. We are good. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so we'll press OK. And we are good. Now let's get down to the frequency separation. So I'm going to run my, how many bits is the image? 16 bits. So I'm going to run my 16 bits frequency separation. Yeah, I want to retain some texture, so I'll be keeping it somewhere around 5 or 6. Let's run with 6, press enter. So it's going to open up like this. So you go to your low frequency, pick up your mixer brush tool. So about the settings, the setting I normally use is my 30, 25, 25, 30. That does not mean that it is a standard. In fact, you actually need just these two, the wet and the flow, while working with a clean brush in frequency separation. You do not need your load and mix. Those ones are just for formalities. So I keep my wet at 30, keep my flow at 30. Yeah, if you feel you have all the time in the world to paint as much as you, to spend all the time doing your frequency separation, you can decide to take either of them. Lower than that, you can even work with 50. Just know that you will spend more time doing it. So I'm going to zoom in and start evening out my skin tone. So one of the techniques you can learn is to turn off your high frequency, so that you will just focus on the colors here over here. So I'm just going to blend. So what I'm doing majorly is that I'm blending skin tones together and I'm matching them up. So I'll just match here. All these areas that I know that are the same thing, I'll just match them up like that. Then the highlight, the same thing. So once I'm done doing that, I will start blending it in. At the edges, just circular motions at the edges like this. So what it's going to do is that it's going to be taking a bit of the highlight and a bit of the midtones and just be blending them together so that that transition will look even. That is the idea. Yeah, beautiful. So if I turn this on now and show you the before and after, you'll see that we didn't do much, but we're already making massive change. So that's beautiful. So we continue. Same thing over here. Then each time you are painting in an area, make sure that as much as possible that your brush size is the same size with that area you are painting in, so that you won't have to create a lot of uneven motion. You won't leave traces behind in what you are doing, because when you paint tiny brushes on large areas, they are not definitely going to look very, very uniform. So just try to maintain it. So if you notice, I'm actually not doing much on this image. Yeah, that is the essence. When working on your frequency separation, you are not expected to do so much. You just have to keep it as subtle as possible and keep it as natural as possible. Yeah. So go again. In here. Beautiful. Good. So you know what? I'm going to fast forward this particular process. Yeah, just a little, to make sure we don't spend all our time doing this. Okay, so we are done. This is what we have, the before, the after. Okay, so I think we need a little adjustment in the eye area, just in here. Then over the nose, like this. Very, very important. Okay, so when I say we are done, that doesn't mean that this is the best this can be. If you take out time and also work on your own, spend a little more time doing yours, the results are definitely going to look better. Yeah. But for the purposes of this tutorial, this is a very perfect place to stop, which is also looking very good. I already took our time and did her arms. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to zoom in on the image and know if there are other blemishes we need to take care of, like the eye bag and all of that. So I'm going to use my clone stamp and take care of them just like this. But remember, I'm working on my high pass now, not on low. So the idea is just to take care of these hard-edged skin textures that will probably look very distracting at the end of the day. Good. So you can also zoom out like this to see what it looks like from a distance. Anyone that stands out to you, that one is obviously a distraction. So I can see this line here, but it's definitely part of her physics. So I'm going to leave that like there. Then I'm seeing some tiny, tiny skin textures here that we can improve. So you notice that I am picking samples from places very close to the area I want to take care of. Very, very important. The moment you don't do that, you will do very unrealistic job and you will leave a lot of traces behind. So I think for this one, I'm going to use my patch tool. Good. Okay. Then I can now re-employ my clone stamp to fix these areas. Got my mixer brush and even that part out. All right. So check for the forehead. I think there are a few areas we can do something about. This one. Sorry, we need to be working on our high. This one. Yeah. Okay, we are good. Now, the next thing I want to do is just to quickly take care of her dress. So I'm going to create another frequency separation that will allow me take care of her dress. Take away all these rumples and all of that. Some of them do. Some of them will look unrealistic when you remove them. So I'm going to keep it at 3 now. Pick up my mixer brush, stay on my low frequency, and just take care of this. So I don't like the line of her undies showing out of her dress. So I'm going to flatten that out. Do the same thing. So if you notice, I'm not tampering with this. The moment we'll tamper with that, this picture is going to look very unrealistic. Or we can play with this line here. Yeah. Then use our mixer brush. Come back. So notice the one I'm juggling between my low and my high, because some of the textures are in the high, some of them are in the low. So the ones that are in the low, we just come down to low and fix it. The ones that are in the high, we just go up to high and fix it. Look at it. So I'm working on my low right now. So the ones that are not leaving simply means they are in the high, which I do not want to remove actually because of the way the dress is looking. So once our dodging and burning is loaded, we just pick up our brush, main brush, and create a black and white adjustment layer over this one more time. So the idea of the black and white adjustment layer again is to just make sure that we'll have, excuse me, need to keep this here, yeah. Is to just make sure that we also, like we did before, take out all the colors and focus on how the light is falling on the image. So looking at it right now, I'm painting with 2. Yeah. Looking at it right now, you are seeing exactly where the lights are and where the lights deflected. So just dodge here, dodge here. Very simple touch-ups, dodge here, dodge here. We could see the lights. So you just maintain the movement of the light and the shape of the light. That is all you need to do. Dodge here, lighten here a little, dodge here up a little, dodge here a little. Look at the neck, dodge here a little. Yeah, over the eyes here, dodge here a little. Do the same thing there. You can zoom out to see what the arm looks like. Of course, I can see the dodge here. They are good. We don't need to spend a lot of time doing this. The same thing for our bun here. the burn here. The idea is not to make the image look dark. The idea is just to bring dimensions into it. And by just little tapping, you don't even need to do much. The dimensions are coming in. So you see the way I'm trying so much to maintain it at this distance and not zooming in so tight. So I can even be seeing the effect of what I'm doing directly from a view where someone can stay to preview the picture. So I'll just do a circular round motion around her face. Helps me give the image just a little more, togetherness, draws your eyes into the center. So another thing I want to do is just to dodge her hair a little. Just these white lines, make them pop a little. The highlights, yeah. Same thing with my bone. So this is going to give a three-dimensional feeling to the hair when you look at it. So if you notice, I increased my flow to 29 the moment I was about coming to the hair. Very important. But I'm going to take away my black and white and let's see what we'll have. So I'm going to group the dodging and burning together. So this is it. Before, after, before, after. So you notice I didn't do much. Just a little before, after, to maintain what we already have. This is our frequency separation. These two right here. Got it. All right. So next thing we need to do, we just have to flatten it up and quickly start working on our background. Yeah, one more thing we missed in our dodging and burning, the lips, very important. So I'm going to drop this to 10. Come into my lips, the lip lines around here. Just darken it down a little. Just to make it stand out more. Good. For my highlights, just slightly, because the lips already have some strong highlights. I think I really need to tone down the highlight a little using my bone. Yeah, good. So we can be able to look at it perfectly. Now, before we go over to the background, there are a few things we need to correct, which is our eyes and our teeth. So I'm going to go to Magic Smile. Now you can delete black and white. You don't need it again. Make sure your flow is at 100. Go very close to the mouth and take care of the teeth. Just like that. If you feel it's not spreading enough, you can open it up, go to the hue and saturation, come to the yellows. I believe that is where it is. Yeah. Then just open it up a little. But remember, we pointed on the lips as well. So be careful when you are doing this, just to stop exactly where it stops. Nice. Okay, so we can now use our brush and just remove it from the lips because it's obvious now. Or we'll have a very good white teeth, by the way. Good. Now, the next thing is the eyes. Very simple. Go to your magic eyes. Sorry, that was supposed to be magic eyes, not magic smile. Go to your magic eyes. Then open it up. Clean your eyes with it. Very simple. Just like that. And we are good. Reduce the opacity. And we are good. Now we can match everything together and move over to our background. So let me match everything up or flatten everything, then make a selection of my subject. All right, so once our object is selected, right click on the image and go to select invert because we selected the object, but we want to work on the background, very important. Then you zoom in and make sure your selections are right, especially down here. Yeah, I know it will confuse here. So just minus it from the places we do not want it and leave it on the places we want it, just like that. Very good. All right, that's good. We can work with this. Okay, so let's make the separation. Make a duplicate of your background, right click on your object and go to layer via cut. So we'll have our object on a separate layer and we'll have our background on a separate layer, but I want to fill the background up. How do we do that? Very, very simple. Not hard at all. So just right click on your background. It will load up the selection, or rather, staying on your background layer, press your control and click on the object icon. It's going to reselect it. Go to select, go to modify, go to expand. Yeah, do 15 so that it takes it away from the body, just like that. Then right click and go to fill, go to content aware and allowance, fill it up. Okay, we are good. Beautifully done. So the next thing is to make sure that your object is above and your background is below. Now we have to blur it out. We actually do not need to do anything. Let's leave it because we're not going to be working with that background ever again. So the next thing I want to take care of is address. I need it to be pure white. So to do that, I'll just make a selection. I would have used my color range, but let's make a selection because it might spill into her body. So once you do this, you can use your black and white, but I prefer to use my hue and saturation so I can even control how whitish turns out. So I will obviously desaturate the master and increase the lightness a little, and we'll have a clean white image. Nice. And one beautiful thing with this is that it retains what the shadows should look originally. Then it's time to bring in our background. So I'm just coming here. Where is it again? Yeah, here is it. I will make sure I unlock it, drag it over my image and place it here. Beautiful. So I'm going to scale in. You do not need to bother about placing rightly because anywhere you place it is actually right. I love this background so much. Nice. Okay, so, but I think I would want her face to be around this highlighted area. Nice. Okay, so press enter. See the way everything is looking beautiful now. So looking at the whole thing, the background needs to, be blurred out a little so that the attention can come on her. So that takes us to Gaussian blur. So blur it out by maybe like 5. Just enough to know that the details are not on it. Good. So the next thing we'll do is to brighten our image up a little to match the high key light of the background. So we'll just have to go to our curves and increase it from the highlights. Nice. Beautiful. Press OK. So it's time to color grade our object. It's time to color grade. So how do we do that? We where's our background? Okay, so we come over here, go to our color lookup table. So we already have the lot set out already. So we'll just use our coffee brown lot. If you want to have access to our lots, just click in the description of the video. You will see the link to our store where you can get that. So the first lot we are going to be applying is this one right here. This one, to give it a uniform skin tone. So I'm going to be turning off the color lookup for a minute. Make a duplicate of my object. Very important. Then add mask to one, go to select, go to color range. So all I need to do is just to make a selection of her skin tone. So I'll just select these areas. Just like that. Just like that. Beautiful. So I'm looking at the blacks over here as I'm making the selection. I think my skin tone is properly selected. Then use the mask to replace the color lookup. You can now delete it. Open it up again. You will see that it's just on the skin. So you can zoom in to make sure it's touching everywhere. Very, very important. Zoom in on the face. So we are missing out on some areas. We use our brush to paint them in. So we don't want it on the or on my teeth. So we'll remove it from here. Make sure it's filling up all our nose areas. Check the arms. We are good. Beautiful. So I'm going to reduce it definitely. Maybe to like 73. We can work with that. So the next thing we need to do is to introduce one more. So I'm going to go right in, go to my color lookup, go to my load 3D. Now we are using the coffee brown. Then I'll press load and boom, it's done. So I'm going to place it above the dress. The reason I did this is because I added a little blue tint to it. Remember, was specifically meant for this image. I use this image to generate the color lookup. So that does not mean you cannot use it on other images. It will work perfectly. But for this particular one, I will keep it up because I love what he's doing to the shadows of the image. It's casting some blue tint to it. I will have a beautiful blue background that was properly lit with bounced light on it. So it should spill on the dress. That is why you are having it here. Look at the way it's looking when it was under. She was still looking abstract, but the moment we place it above, bam, it served as a global color grading, and it was beautiful. So we do not need to limit it just on the skin. Even look at the hair, those blue highlights tinting into the hair, amazing. So we can decide to reduce it a little and create the very last global color grading, which is our photo filter. I love this filter so much, cooling effect. Then we'll reduce it as much as we can. Beautiful. All right, we are good to go. That is it for our color grading. So the last thing I want to do on this image is to apply my done for you retouch action, just to bring everything together. I love what that action does to my image when I'm done retouching. It's just more like, icing on your cake. So I'll just click on it, put it at 3, and I'll go to sleep. And quickly, it's done. It is done. So I'm going to reduce it, definitely. So looking at the image now, I feel that my shadows are too dark. So I'm going to maybe use my camera raw. Let me use my camera raw so that I will have to start placing it in. I'll go to my camera raw, target just the shadows and increase it just like that. But I feel at this point my exposure is now too much. Reduce it, open up shadows, open it up a little more. Yeah, we are good to go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Can tone it down a little, yeah, somewhere around there, press OK. And we are good to go. So I need a little contrast, very tiny contrast. So bring that in, put. So we'll match everything up and we are good to go. So let me create a snapshot. I'll show you when we started. So this is the image when we came into Photoshop. This is what we're able to create, step-by-step guide. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, go to the comment section, drop it. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section. Like this video, share, tell your friends about it, and make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. So because we are bringing this kind of contents to you back to back, so you don't miss out on anyone. One more time, thank you for watching. See you on the next one.